I guess I'm just going to start. I always feel like there's more I have to do before we start, but who cares? I'll figure it out as we go. I know I have to grab the stream link, copy, close, paste, enter. Oh, and they changed the way streamer mode works. That's interesting. Anyway, hello and welcome back to another episode of Under Construction. I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. We have not loaded into the route yet, because I spent some time clearing out all the duplicates, and now I can't find it. There it is. This was the iPortal version. This is the version that we're going to actually be using. Hello, Comrade Pat. I need to scoot that window over so I can actually see who's typing to me. And I want to start this off by saying, buy trading cards. They're on sale, actually. I'm trying to get the last of the Batch 2 stock out the door. And so I reduced the price of the Great Experiment to $5 a pack. Part of that is because there are no more things. And someone's calling me. I'm sorry, I cannot. It was Mom. Yeah, anyway. Hopefully she'll just text me, and then I'll be able to figure that out. But yeah, hello everybody. What? Oh right, sorry, before we get going, there's something really important that I have to do, aside from saying buy trading cards. The website link is in the description. And we are going to be started on, and join the mailing list. I think that should be working. I need to check it again, though. I don't know if it is or it isn't. But we've got to play some Not Tetris. The mailing list thing should work. It really should. I don't know if it does. I tried real hard before I left on vacation to get it to work. And the trip was really good, though. Like, I didn't worry about too much. I didn't have a lot of internet access, so I wasn't compulsively checking the store. Hi, baby.
Hi.
To see if anything had sold, which unfortunately it had not. But we did get 2 sales right before I left. Pat was one of them. Thank you for buying trading cards. Oh, are you kidding me? I did see the video of Cetris. I did. And I didn't try it, but I want to. Maybe in a future video I'll have to grab it and play it. Oh god, that's so bad. But I don't... I'll be honest, guys, I don't want to play Trainz right now. What I really want to be playing is Railroute, because they came out with a huge update, and it's really cool, and I need to wrap my head around it. Yeah, at least 2 packs were sold on the trip, that is true. Simon didn't buy any, though, so he needs to be peer pressured into buying them. Unfortunately, he was, like, broke the whole trip. But that was the biggest thing about the trip. I'll talk about this more, and I talked about it briefly on the part of podcast we were able to do. But we found Simon Moyer, the Lost Horseman. You know, but yeah, I want to play Railroute. Really, really want to play Railroute. But yeah, we'll be having the voting for the final slot of Batch 3, which is the People's Choice Batch, coming up soon. And I think, because we're going to do another season of Royales, I think I might offer a pack of cards as the reward. Don't quote me on that, but I might offer a pack from Batch 3 as the reward if I can afford to print them. Unfortunately, since we're not using Kickstarter anymore, I can't have just like the pre-orders, you know, get all the stuff, get all the money in and then print them. But it is going to be overall better to have the website and sell them out of the website. Especially because I don't think we would have sold these 2 packs if I didn't have the website. Especially the second one, because I don't even know who that was. I think they might have just found us, probably through Heiss's stream. But yeah, buy trading cards. But I went on a trip with, you can check the half episode of the podcast that came out like a week ago, but to West Virginia and beyond to attend a fellow horseman's wedding, believe it or not. We now have a married horseman. I knew I would say that someday. I'm just surprised that it's here. Our very own XXX Mason 69420 XXX is now married. He's a married man. And I think his wife is also in the Discord somewhere. She's just not very active. Yeah, wife guy Mason. Um, but yeah, Mason the wife guy. So we went to West Virginia. Yeah, you singing the song. That's what you got to do. Um, Gloria played the song the moment we crossed into West Virginia. Drove the wagon all the way out there. Dean offered to drive it as well without any like prompting from me. So just do with that what you will. Um, yeah, Mason got married. Yeah. No, I know. I'm as surprised as you are. Not that he got married, just that like he got around to getting married. Pretty sure Christy forced him to do it. Like she was gonna be mad if he didn't. Um, but anyway, yeah. And I will check on the text message from my mother when we go to load into the map. But we're doing pretty well so far. This has been a good day in Not Tetris. Yeah, beautiful wedding. The reception was amazing. Uh, Dean and Milky were bringing down the house on the dance floor. Um, it was awesome, just in general. Went to cast, rode the train. That was the most important part. Uh, Played mini golf. We have a tie that we need to break by Locomotive Versus. Still, that'll happen. Of course, I mean Mason was one of the people who tied, and he got married. So I don't know if that should be like an automatic win, like that should be the tiebreaker, or maybe it should be an automatic loss. I'll go with the boomer humor. I hate my wife. Whatever. Uh, all right. What Tolbrin version are we on? I think it's 0.3.21 now. We will look when we get into it. Oh, you can see it in the bottom left, 0.3.21. But yeah, that's what we're on because I keep making new versions. Every time like the game crashes or something major happens, or like I want to make a version without the AI, I make a copy. I have so many copies of this route. I had to delete so many of them earlier because it was getting out of hand, and have I made some bad moves. Let's get married loses. I can't see if that says first or last, but either one is funny to me. Um, you guys in the comments are getting a better picture of the joke than I am, but that's okay. Let's just put this here. Also, met up with another lost horseman, in a sense. On the way home, went to J&L Steel Heritage, which was awesome, a lot of fun. Got like a tour of the place, not on purpose, but I managed to get it. You can win every game by not believing in marriage as an institution. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, went to J&L Steel Heritage, saw all the ingots, got a private tour by mistake, because nobody was there except for one volunteer. And he was like, "Yeah, we're not running today," because I had screwed up. I guess I misread the website. They don't really open for train rides unless someone books the hand on the throttle on Sundays. And there was no way I was going to do that because as much as I wanted to, and cost aside, I was driving in from West Virginia to Youngstown that morning, which is like a 5-hour drive, and I would have had to be there at 8 a.m. to do the hand on the throttle. So that was never going to happen. As cool as it would have been to drive 2-foot. What the people want is to drive 2-foot, really. Okay, that worked out. And yeah. But yeah, we went to Cass, we did the bridge walk over the New River Gorge Bridge, which was not as terrifying as I expected it to be. Once you get over the fact that you're really high, it's just like, wow, look at these views. It's views that you can't get anywhere else. Saw a CSX Heritage unit from the bridge while we were doing the bridge walk, which if you don't know what it is, just look it up. It's insanity. We got the shop tour. Honestly, I don't want to be mean, but that was the most boring shop tour I've ever been on. The guy did not want to be there. It was clear the guy giving us a shop tour did not want to give us a shop. Like, he didn't want to give shop tours. He had a little bit of insight, but, like, the dude that I had at J&L, who, again, did not plan to give us a shop tour, was way more interesting because he had so much to say about everything, and he was, like, not like a jokester, but he had a certain kind of tour guide energy that the guy at Cass didn't. And again, I feel bad saying that because I really liked the shop tour. It was cool being behind the scenes in like the premier geared railroad, but you know, it was just okay. All right, that's definitely a new high score though. Okay, 06. Sorry, 062923. All right, we're done here. We did it. Tyler, you can come back. Um, I think that's saved. Let's edit that. Let's check on what the heck my mom wants because I know she needs an air conditioner from me. Uh, can't talk. Need something? We were just on the phone like half an hour ago. So anyway, let's do under construction. Was his name Paul? No, his name was Tim. His name was Tim. He was still pretty cool. Yeah. I'm also sort of thinking about changes to the website, like making a proper homepage for announcements and everything. Well, look how back. I think you mean look who's back, but yes, I'm back. Oh man, it's good to be back. I'm so glad everybody's here for today's stream. Oh crap, I played the, hold on. I didn't edit, my bad. I forgot how to, no, I just exited the game. That was an unintentional fumble, I apologize, let's try that again. Oh yeah, Pat, you donated to the ORM. I donated to the Steam Engine Fund at the Rare LSL, yeah, right. I donated to the Steam Engine Fund at JNL. They have a massive compound locomotive. Not locomotive, stationary engine. It's got the biggest cylinder I've ever seen. It is I think a 56-inch diameter low-pressure cylinder. It's enormous. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say beyond that. It's just really big. And they want to run it, which is the crazy thing. J&L is insane. Like, Rick Rowlands is a madman in the best kind of way. Oh, I guess we should be doing an AI episode, huh? I did not start this early enough to do an AI episode. Whatever, we'll get back into the movie group with this. Yep, J&L is getting the ones out of Colorado. They're basically completing the set, which is awesome. I am super excited for that. And yeah, goddamn, those things are massive. Oh wait, I was gonna bring this out to. Oh right, I remember what I was gonna do now. That's why this was broken up like this. Let's do this out to here. Yeah, and I was talking to the guy. I was asking if we were going to be out there at the same time because they're not going to be there for the Narrow Gauge convention. They're going to be there, I think, slightly before. But they will be doing, because the Narrow Gauge convention next year, I think, is in Pittsburgh. He said, or something like that. So you know, JNL is going to be a part of that, which is really neat. Might have to go and visit. I know visiting Pittsburgh like 3 times in 2 years is. Man, that's like a hike for me. I was talking about options to get there. I was also talking about options to go back to West Virginia because goddamn was that a long drive. Somehow it sucked more than the drive to Chicago. I don't really know why. But like when it was partly because we got on the roadway later. We left Rhode Island at like 7 a.m., 7 or 8 a.m. And so we got to the cabin in West Virginia at like 11:30 p.m. It was fine because people were still awake and, you know, we were like the last ones there, so everyone was ready for us to get there and, you know, saying hello and whatever. Like, people had stuff in order, which was really nice because I didn't have to worry about any of that. Which I guess I wasn't hosting the trip or anything, so I didn't have to worry about any of that, but you best believe I was worried about that. You know, we go on these trips and even if I don't have a hand in the planning, I'm like panicking because I need to make sure everyone's having a good time. We didn't really have a mechanical oopsie. I mean, Matt blew out a headlight, like, immediately. Dean got sick and passed out on the drive. Um, or just got sick and passed out in general. I know you were out when we got there. Um, but no, Matt blew out a headlight immediately. We stopped, we picked up a replacement headlight. We got to... Matt actually bought 2 replacement headlights, and so did I, just in case. Because I knew we'd be driving through the night at that point. Because we met up with Matt in Lancaster, it was like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and then we got like a late lunch at an Asian buffet, which was fantastic, and went from there. So I knew, okay, by the time we get into West Virginia, it's going to be dark. So Matt bought an extra like a replacement headlight and also an extra headlight, which worked out because we got there and Mason was like, I too do not have a headlight. And they have basically the same car. My stepfather almost lost toes to the family vehicle. Don't do that. That's not good. I'm glad he didn't. You can elaborate if you want. I'm going to be trying to tell this story, so I might not respond to you right away. But I do want to know what the hell you mean. But yeah, so Matt bought headlights, I bought headlights. I didn't end up needing them, they're all in the car, but what I did need was brake fluid. Because I have a slow leak somewhere. I don't know where, it's too slow for me to really notice, but I am losing brake fluid very slowly. It is definitely slow enough so that when I see the light come on saying, hey, you're low on brake fluid, I can just pull over and put more in and then continue on my way, and I'll be good for, like, months. But, still, annoying. Hemlock says they miss road trips, and I say I'm good on road trips for now. Like, I'm ready to get on a plane to go to Colorado. What is this?
We got this in the mail.
What is this?
For
Oh. Oh, shoot. I know what this is. Oh, thank God we got this. I'll explain later.
You also got a jury duty summons.
Oh, yes! Oh, this is not a summons.
No?
It says it in bold letters right here.
Oh.
Your name has been drawn by lot and you are being considered. You will be subject to a call by summons as a juror from July 1st to June 30th. Wait, what? Huh? This ends tomorrow. Okay, whatever. I have to do that. E-brake was not on, wheels were unblocked. Okay, this is all trash. I know this is trash. I'm opening mail here on the thing. I think I was the only person who would get jury duty letter and shout yes. Listen, I've always wanted to do jury duty. I wanna be in the room where it happens. I love that. I mean, maybe I could have been a lawyer in another life, maybe, if I cared about school that much. I do, though. I would love to be a juror for Judge Caprio. I don't think he does jury trials, but not anymore, anyway. But yeah, oh man, that's exciting. I want to be a juror. I might be a juror. It says, okay, here's the thing. Official juror questionnaire. You're required to fill out a questionnaire within 5 days of receipt of this postcard. Okay, simple enough. On the back, you'll be subject to call by summons as a juror from July 1st, 2022, last year, to June 30th, 2023, tomorrow. So unless they summon me tomorrow, I got on the stream, heard that yes, and thought someone had given a definite yes to trading cards. No, but I did give my business card to J&L, and I handed my business card and a sample card to the man himself, Brad Esposito. I don't think anything's going to come of that, but making trading cards for the East Broad Top would be awesome. I don't get why people are so upset by getting summoned to jury duty. I don't get it. Oh, I gotta go do jury. It's a day off, you know? It's like, isn't there a dude in The Office who's, like, glad to have jury duty? I feel like I also, like, I agree with him. you get to just go hang out. You get to listen to, you get a little bit of Schadenfreude, however you pronounce that. Okay, but which character in 10 Angry Men is Ellis? The one who's happy to be there. Is there one who's happy to be there? I need to watch 12 Angry Men. Anyway. It's paid time off if you get summoned. It is. Them's the rules. So I wonder what the charge code is in my company for jury duty. Tyler, you're gonna die with cookie open. I'm just telling you that. Also, we need to figure out what these things are for thing. Oh, right, that's the other problem. We need to get the stuff that isn't, we need to get the stuff that isn't in the, Loco base put together for batch 3. But I guess I'll just do I'll work on batch 3 after this most recent season of Royales, because I'll just give them like a humongous whatchamahoo's it? Yeah, it is paid, like, but not through your employer. It isn't as good as like what you are probably going to be paid usually. Government function paying badly, that's new. Well, usually you get benefits. Unfortunately, jury duty does not have those. I want to be a full-time juror. That should be a thing. You just get to judge people all day long. I understand that's what a judge does, but, you know. In fairness, most government jobs are, like, pretty good. Anyway. But, in fairness, got a new SSD just for Trainz, that's smart. The DOT position, the DOT traffic engineer position that I looked at before ending up with WSP, I wonder if my company has, like, a paid thing. Anyway, like, if you get summoned to jury duty, you get paid out of this thing instead of whatever. But, you get, I don't know, get a cavity and also have a heart attack, but only on jury day. Yeah, there you go. Right, let's do this. We need to get the grass in here. My grandfather's gonna make me help me model a DM&E and N scale, pay for the decals, paints, and rolling stock. So, like, everything. Alright, let's grab this, grab this. Yeah, I don't care. I'll take I'll use, like, actual PTO if I get summoned, probably, or unless there is something that, thing, because money. Alright. That's all filled in. In my head, DME is Duluth, Masabi, and Earn range. I don't know. I'm not going to make that again. I'm not going to make another meme railroad out of this. But speaking of meme railroads, Gloria has been infected. Because they were reading something completely unrelated. And they said, man, I thought, long word starting with M, I thought that said Milwaukee. Not with that intonation, but still. I thought it said Milwaukee. And I went, you're infected. You've got the Duluth, Masabi, and Erie. Yeah. What about the DMEL? The Duluth, Masabi, Erie, Lackawanna. Will Walker. Yeah, no. It's just, they're infected with the Milwaukee Road bug, and now they just see it everywhere. So do I. It's like seeing the crewmate, the crewmates everywhere. There was one of those trash cans, by the way, if you know the Among Us memes, one of those trash cans, in the Greenbrier bunker, and I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Duluth, Masabi, and estrogen. They're only allowed to have PRR I1s. We're not explaining why. Stop posting about 113. Speaking of the West Virginia trip, Matt, did you see that I upgraded your username on Discord? I hope you saw it. Welcome to the Milwaukee Road. My name is Gustavo, but you can call me Sus. I'm looking forward to playing Among Us on Friday. Everyone that's listening to this, get in the goddamn Among Us game on Friday. We gotta do it. This is my meme railroad now. We need a livery for it with like ovaries on the side of the tender or something. Every fictional in Manchuria. Alright, but who has a fictional in Manchuria? Tyler, don't say me. Or you. Me, you know, whatever. Meme. Does anyone have that, speaking of line to Wiscasset, does anyone have that diagram of the proposed, like, WNF Southerly extension? I don't have a copy of it, and the only one that I ever saw was, like, really crunchy. I don't know if there's a better version of it than that. Duluth, Masab, and Everett. Actually, Everett. Remember when Everett was supposed to be everywhere? Did someone say diagram? Tyler, it's more of a map, but yes. I remember the Everett Runs Everywhere being a meme from the Pennsylvania special. And speaking of Pennsylvania special, I visited the site of the crime. Some of you probably saw that. Went to Horseshoe Curve. Did not shake the camera. You know. Oh, shoot. Despite what I wanted to do, but I did walk up underneath the camera, made sure I was audible, and said buy trading cards at theironhorseman.com. Also, good golly gosh, I am hungry. I am itching for Gloria to make a steak sandwich. Gloria's making steak. They were like, steak sandwiches and waffle fries okay for dinner? And I was like, yeah, that's okay. I'm not a big waffle fries guy, but I'm so hungry. Alright, let's grab this. Oh, this is falling off the edge. Honestly, the people that have never been on a trip and experienced Gloria's cooking are missing out. The people that were in West Virginia and got to experience Gloria's American Chop Suey with the recipe from memory, without all the ingredients, made on appliances that probably hate us. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Sounds like an upgraded chicken and waffles. I mean, yeah, I guess. Gold Rush, the game needs mods and multiplayer. What? Oh, Gold Rush. One of these days I'm gonna make Quitters chicken and waffles, a frozen chicken patty, and an Eggo waffle. Yes! I think I've done that. Yeah, I've probably done that. Just make sure you thaw the chicken patty first. And, you know, maybe cook it. Well, I mean, the chicken patties are usually already cooked, but never mind. Anyway, it's like a week and a half till the next coffee shop, and man, do I have revisions I need to make on the Iron Horseman thing. Quitters chicken and waffles. We need that for more meals. We need versions of... Yeah, I need the Quitters cookbook from Hemlock. That's actually a cookbook that I would learn. Gloria and I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they bought a Snoop Dogg cookbook. Which is, again, like, very funny and legendary. Ellis is having visions like the one Definitely Not Insane woman from the Mothman documentary. All of the people in the Mothman documentary are insane. Gloria's coming with the cookbook. For those who want to see the Snoop Dogg cookbook. Yeah. With a foreword by Martha Stewart.
Yes. The cookbook is called From Crook to Cook.
Yeah, somebody promote Pat. He's been in the Discord long enough. Pat, you don't even need to come on a horseman trip. You just need to come here. You need to come here, and we'll go to the WWF together. That's like, anyone that shows up at my front door gets a free trip to the WWF. That's not necessarily true, but, alright, let's do this. I guess I'm just gonna work on this because, I don't know, I'm trying to get to the river over there as fast as I can so that I can put all the farm-related things that Mopac has been sending me to work. I think it was Mopac sending me farm stuff, right? In the Tolbrin thing? Oh, it was Mopac.
You got coupons
Thanks.
for pizza and cat
Can you
litter.
put them on the fridge and not on my desk? Thanks.
I was just... Come on. I told you.
Yeah! Love you. I love her so much. Matt's having a stroke. Matt, are you okay? Come on, man, do some rectangles. I got some rectangles going on. Don't worry, we'll have some rectangles. Caw rar. Is this track in advanced mode? Yes, it is. Is it? It looks like it's all wobbly. I know, it's fine. Everything's fine. Alright. I'm just trying to be careful with this so I don't have to touch it up much. I also need to put in a set of signals. This is something that I realized earlier. I need to put in a set of signals. Somewhere over here. We have a triangle field. We have, like, weird Oh, like, you literally have a triangle field. Gotcha. I mean, you've got some, quadrilaterals, or, like, what is this? What is the name for this shape? It's, not a rhombus. It's, I don't know what it's called. And a GS4. It's not a rhombus. A trapezoid. A trapezoid. Okay. Alright, I remembered. Because my joke was always, how do you trapezoid? No alien crop circles. I mean, I did draw the Anarchy Chess logo, and I drew a Nook at one point. That's, I think, pinned in streaming and recording on the Discord, which if you're not on the Discord, join the Discord. And if you don't have fan rank, you should get that. A crop circle would look kind of cool. And the only reason I'm thinking of that, if you guys don't know the... Hold on. Hold on. Which album cover of Led Zeppelin is the one with the crop circle and the Zeppelin coming out in the shadow of the Zeppelin? Because that's my favorite one. There it is. It's just called Led Zeppelin. Oh, it's for the box set. That's what it was. It's for the box set. And it's got... Are these the four symbols? No, they should have made the crop circle the four symbols from Led Zeppelin 4? I think it was Led Zeppelin 4. Or no. Someone who knows Led Zeppelin covers better than me. Oh, was that Led Zeppelin 1? No, it was just called Led Zeppelin. Man, man, album covers. The discography of Led Zeppelin is a catastrophe. I never know what's what. And these don't have the album covers on them. No, that was the first one was the one with the Zeppelin. The second one was weird. The third one was something. The fourth one was the picture in a picture. Houses of the Holy was that. Physical Graffiti is the buildings. Presence. And then In Through the Outdoor. None of these are the one that I'm thinking of. Not the box set. Oh, the box set is the one with the thing. Remasters, box set 2, studio recordings. I don't know which one had the 4 symbols on it. Anyway, sorry, that's our Led Zeppelin sidebar, because like I said, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That place is awesome. And I know I use awesome a lot, but it is maybe my favorite non-railroad related museum. Maybe aside from the Franklin Institute. Well, I guess that's not totally unrelated to railroads. The Beach Boys, I think the Beach Boys are in the Hall of Fame too. Went in and voted for, who did we vote for? I should have voted for Boston, but I voted for Muse, I think. Like for nomination, I can't remember. But yeah, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is good. Oh, you got a new job now. Congratulations. But yeah, go there and check it out. If you're a fan of rock music, obviously you're gonna love it. If you're a fan of music in general, you're still probably gonna love it. Like the substitute worker for CC's. Oh, okay, cool. Boston's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because they only induct so many people per year, but they really need to be. Man, they really need to be. Talk about formative, right? Like, talk about a unique sound. Boston is my favorite band. You know, like, legacy favorite band. Boston and Maryland? What? And, I mean, yeah. I'm just like a, you know, I got all my music from my boomer parents. I've got a library of classic rock and then all sorts of other stuff. I listen to everything under the sun. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is just so cool. You know, the artifacts on their own are amazing. I love seeing handwritten, like, song lyrics. The two things of my favorite that were not out when we were there, that I was super excited to show Gloria and then did not get to show them because they weren't put out in, like, the hall of, you know, stuff, artifacts, were ZZ Top's Hairy Drums #1, which I can't find a picture of online, and so I'm so bummed that they're not in the collection. Oh, I bet I could find a picture of them in my pictures, though. Ooh, hang on, I gotta find the Hairy Drums. I gotta work on a Trainz route, though, so let's do this first. Brian, absolutely not. Or not Bryson, not Brian, Bryson. Bryson, absolutely not. I could not see your full username. I thought you were the other one. But he's not Brian online. He's Starlight Alchemist. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find pictures, trips, Cleveland. The first time I went to Cleveland. I did not take that many pictures. I have a picture of me under the Elvis sign, I have a picture of John Lennon's glasses, and I have a picture of a guitar. I do not have a picture of the Hairy Drums this time. Let's see. Fiat Freakout Pittsburgh. Gotta scroll down. I took a picture of the exact same guitar. Because of course I did. I didn't take a picture of the Hairy Drums! Oh, I'm so stupid. I have Elvis's motorcycle, the Elvis sign again, some Pink Floyd stuff, Megadeth stuff. That's a good question. I don't remember seeing their stuff, but maybe it was. I did not take that many pictures. That's upsetting. I bet my mom has pictures. My mom took pictures of everything. What is this? Is this the lyrics to I'm on Fire? No, it's In My Life. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I took a picture of Beatles stuff for some reason. Anyway, I won't take pictures a lot, period, if I'm really picky about it. Bryson, you're going to die. Like, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Like, Mountain Dew is almost not safe for human consumption when it comes out of the factory. So it's been nice knowing you. Um, buy trading cards before you die. But yeah, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. ZZ Top's Harry Drums and the handwritten lyrics to "I'm on Fire" by Bruce Springsteen. Um, yeah. Which, if you guys don't know "I'm on Fire" by Bruce Springsteen, it is a very sensual song. It's, him just leaning closer to the mic. He didn't even record it with the whole band. He recorded it while they were out to lunch with like a couple people. Um, it is sort of a deep. I don't know if it's a deep cut. I don't know if it counts as a deep cut, but it's a very unusual Springsteen song. Um, it's pretty much one of a kind. Anyway, um, Jesus Christ, Orion. I can't do Mountain Dew. The last time I laid eyes on a glass of Mountain Dew, it's when I poured it myself way too early in the morning, or way too late at night rather, uh, and got like a dressing down from my dad because he was like, "Why are you gonna drink this right now? Why are you drinking like a drink that's gonna make you bounce off the wall when you need to go to bed?" So it was long enough ago that my dad could tell me that I should probably go to bed, which I mean is a thing that he still kind of does, but at a distance. It's like don't stay up too late. Early to rise, all that. But like, it was a point in time where my dad had authoritative control over it, so it was a really long time ago. I have not had Mountain Dew since. I don't even know what like caused me to want Mountain Dew right then. I think I got a new glass and I wanted to try it. I think it must have been after my first Star Trek glass broke and I got a replacement because I have the full 4 set of the glasses for the 2009 Star Trek movie. Um, which I've been through a few of those now because they got brittle and started breaking. Um, Mountain Dew puts me to sleep. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it'll put you to sleep all right. It's been nice knowing you. We've got 2 people in here that are about to die from Mountain Dew. We're gonna have a double funeral. Sponsored by. Can we get a decagon? No, no, no. I'm not making weird shaped fields. Guys, this is farmland, not modern art. Massachusetts Museum of Contemporary Art, though, speaking of modern art, definitely up there on my list of non-trained museums. Die from drinking, it's gonna be Coca-Cola. It's expensive after a while. Yeah, no kidding. You know what's inexpensive and you can drink as much as you want without bad things happening to you? Water. Drink water. For the love of God. You poor people, your poor internal organs, drink water. Speaking of which, I'm thirsty. Also, all the water is like, all the water in West Virginia tastes weird. The first thing we did when we got to Mason's cabin, the first thing I did when we got to Mason's cabin, is set up their Brita filter. Because I was like, I can't live without this. Everything here tastes weird. And then I barely used it because we were out of the house so much. Coke is way cheaper. Effing, don't be buying bottled water. Get a Brita pitcher. Yeah, there we go. We gotta take care of this. Like, I am unabashedly a Brita stan. Like, I live thanks to Brita filters and things. That they should sponsor me. I would be their best spokesman ever. Um, I have like the Brita pitcher water bottles. There's an extremely famous photo of me holding one and filling it using rain runoff at a Chicago transit station. Um, the first time I met Mason, I think. Was that the first time I met Mason, or was that like the second time? Um, but yeah, we can have your funerals in Raid Shadow Legends. I'd prefer to have them in Minecraft. By the way, the Cogger server is still a thing as far as I can tell. Now I haven't been on it for a while, so, you know, letting it die is slow death, and then we'll just move on to another one. But I don't want to, because I've made it so far in that server. I've made more progress in the current Cogger server than I ever have in Custom Origin, or, you know, in Coggers, in the mod pack. Trying to convince Heist to do Coggers. Alright, let's do this. Ocean Gate. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, I haven't had time to watch all the videos that my favorite YouTubers have been posting about the Titanic sub. Like, I know the gist of what happened, and I remember the news breaking of, like, they found it while we were on the trip, but I haven't gotten to watch, like, Scott Manley's video or, like, Ocean Liner Design's video or whatever. Drunk Heist explaining a steam locomotive. Yeah, they could do that. He could be persuaded into doing a stream like that. Watergate scandal, yeah. If it wasn't for all the rampant corruption, Bill Clinton. Yeah, definitely Bill Clinton with the Watergate scandal. Richard Nixon would have been a great candidate, great president. Would have loved Richard Nixon if he wasn't, like, horrendously corrupt. Same thing with Buddy Cianci. Why are all my favorite politicians corrupt? Is it because I'm Italian? Although, in fairness, Richard Nixon is not one of my favorite politicians. He's just a guy that I always grew up going, like, I feel like he gets too much hate. And then I understood everything that he got up to, and I was like, no, I understand it, but I really wish he didn't do all those things, because he had some decent policy decisions. You know, judge your politicians by their policy decisions, unless they're actively undermining, like, our democracy and governmental system. He's got good jokes though. Sub brief and what's going on with the shipping. What's going on with shipping of good videos. Joe Biden. Joe Biden, wake up. Wake up, Joe Biden. No, Joe Biden is like the most boring president, and that's why he's perfectly fine in my book. Like, nothing amazing in the bad sense is happening, like, every other day. Like, I'm not, you know, turning on the news every day and going, what did the president say this morning? That's fine. Like, I don't agree with the man's policies every hour of every day, but you know what? The government isn't a rolling catastrophe. I miss Trump. Okay. I miss him for the entertainment value. But, you know, just go on Truth Social. You'll get him all you want. I love you guys writing a script for drunken heist video. Yeah, people say that about every politician. But, like, no one should just be murdered. Even, like, no matter how bad their policies are, like, don't do that. I'm also, you know, required by YouTube to say, like, don't do actionable threats. Because then bad things will happen to me, possibly. But, you know, we can digress from the political stuff. It's just, I will end this discussion, if I can, as I usually do, on the best note that I can, which is, no matter what your politics are, no matter what, you know, you think of the current administration or the last one or the one before it or whatever, get out and vote. You know, you should vote early. You should vote often. You know, in every election you can, you should exercise your right to be heard by the government that tells us what to do. You know, you should make sure that you are telling the government what to do in every way that you can. Um, uh, and so, if anyone seen the Master Chief voice over one of the founding documents? Uh, the government listens at the voting box. That's the thing. You know, if you're not happy with the people in charge, you got to get out there and make the change. At the end, it all comes down to you and I. And I know one vote is very little, but you get enough people voting, and you get change. Also, the AI voice memes are very funny, I will admit. But does anyone remember? Everyone who actually votes thinks voting actually works, and the people who don't think voting actually works should probably get out and vote anyway. Because even if voting doesn't work, not voting works way less than that. But does anyone remember the videos of, like, they would make politicians sing songs by just intercutting bits of their speeches? Like, that's what we had to live with before, that's what we had to live with before the, like, AI voices. That was a wonderful time. Technology has taken it away from us. That's something that modern AI has, you know, basically made completely obsolete. It was a flash in the pan of entertainment, and now it's gone. And I'm so bummed. I'm bummed every day because I loved those. They were amazing. The other day I posted in the Discord one of my favorite ones, which is Bill Clinton singing Blurred Lines. Although my favorite one is probably Obama singing Jingle Bells. But the fact that that had to die out because of AI, at the time that it did, oh man, such a shame. But Bryson, I think Gloria and I are going to see the FNAF movie. Gloria really loves Five Nights at Freddy's. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. I'm not like enthused by the trailer. They're worried that it's going to turn out and I kind of feel the same way. But you know, I'm here for it just for the sake of it, you know. And I'm here for it because Gloria's here for it. Like, they want to see the movie, so we're gonna go see the movie. Like, I also want to see The Machine. I doubt it's very good, but it's probably entertaining. Jingle Bells all the way. No, I mean, you gotta... Hold on, I gotta find it. It's really good. Yes, talking about... Somebody asked if anyone was gonna go see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Me?
If you wanted to share your opinion, you're welcome to it.
See, as a person who's a fan of FNAF and like has been a fan of FNAF for years,
before it was cool.
Like they teased about a movie for so long.
Yep.
And when we finally get a movie, I was expecting one Markiplier to be in it.
Yeah, he should be the lead.
He should have been the lead.
He's the king.
He also made a puppet musical about Five Nights at Freddy's as well, and put it on YouTube.
Yep.
And they have Josh Hutcherson playing Mike Schmidt. I mean, he fits the role, but I'm not too excited about it. And, you know, the trailer did not look good. I was hoping it would look better, and I was expecting more. But maybe it will be good. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, Bryson says, Gloria, can we be friends? I love FNAF. You both are in the Discord. Gloria is currently at Goyashi they because they didn't know about the pronouns field when they were updating their username. But we're gonna fix that. And no, I would 100% go see an animated TF2 movie. Like, the closest thing we have is Expiration Date, and Expiration Date is so goddamn funny. Like, I want more of that. Yeah, exactly. This is a bucket. Dear God, there's more. No. Um. Okay, there we go. Let me. Da 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 da. Clear out all these extra trees. I did all this work and now I'm undoing it because I'm dumb. Speaking of the username update on Discord, people were like warning me that I wasn't gonna get what I wanted, and I did. I got Admiral Ellis with no numbers and nothing attached, which I'm very happy about. First of all, and I also got the Iron Horseman for a different account. Again, no numbers or anything, and Stalinbot, which is the one that I didn't expect to get. There are not a lot of Admiral Ellises out there. Like there is an actual one, but that's not. I don't think he has Discord. Um, and then there's the Iron Horseman. I kind of expected to get. I mean, if the website was available, Uh, what'd you say? What about the dog food? Oh yeah, yeah. I told them that you're infected with the Milwaukee rope. Um, yeah, maybe a little, Bryson. It is a little unusual, and that's a good thing though. You want to have a unique username, uh, mostly so that people can't steal your handle and you can be identifiable online. Hi, baby. Um,
Did you show them the moth stickers?
I did not show off the moth stickers. I was talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame a little bit ago.
Yeah, I heard you.
And apparently I don't have a picture of the hairy drums. I took like 10 pictures total at the Rock Hall the 2 times that I was there.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of bummed about that because I don't have that. I have a blurry picture of the handwritten lyrics to Let It Be when those were on display. And I have 2 pictures of the same guitar. About the drums? No, what about what? You poor thing. Didn't you just buy a new vape?
Yeah, the wheat vape, but I want to smoke flour. I don't want to smoke like concentrate because that gets me way too high.
Okay. I'm sorry. Oh no, you'll have to be sober. Alright. Now I need to paint this up again because I screwed it up. Hello, what have I missed? Oh man, talking about all sorts of things. I got a potential summons for jury duty. That's what you missed. I was very excited about it. Genuinely. That's not even a joke. I feel like Iron Horseman would be centered around a crew in the 1930s running from the law. That'd be entertaining. Would you still want to use the original voice actor despite one being in the giant, 2 in the sky? First of all, sad. Rest in peace. Second of all, it's not a big deal. Like, I would love to have the original voice actors, but as long as, it's voice acting, As long as they can capture the characters, then it's okay. And even regular actors, I mean, it used to be not a big deal when a network would recast somebody. There was a, I can think of a couple times in Stargate where somebody just got up and recast without any fanfare, or I can think of at least one that was a very major character. And then, more recently, in the Iron Man movies, you get the recast from 1 to 2 of War Machine, or the person who would become War Machine. Anyone ex-military would be perfect for Soldier. I wouldn't go with anyone. I'm not going to hire my dad for that. But, I know what you mean. They're Flanderized characters, There's not a lot of depth and nuance to the Team Fortress 2 characters. That's kind of on purpose. The only person who gets a lot of characterization in the in Expiration Date, the only person with a character arc is Scout, and that's okay. Wasn't War Machine that mock Iron Man suit from? No. That was in the second one when like they want the military to take over the program. Was that the second one? Yeah, that was the second one. Gloria knows more about this. I don't know Marvel stuff. I'm not a big superhero guy. I don't know where they went. I think they're on the porch getting high. Alright, let's do this. This. Let's try to get this out of the way, though. Oh, wrong side. There we go. It's like the Halo series where they didn't have a Master Chief's actor voice Master Chief. That would be a little bit stranger, but yeah. Well, because the Halo series, the live-action one, it's kind of tough, because then you don't want to have to worry about dubbing over someone's lines with somebody else. It doesn't, it's not that big of a deal. They're fictional characters. And even in real people, when you're trying to show them in a biopic or something, it's about close enough. The Halo series is not canon. For that reason? Also, it's not canon. It's its own canon. It's not part of the main, like, Halo games thing. It's but yeah, it's easy enough for someone. It's easier for someone to go from live acting to voice acting than it is to go the other way. I don't know about Master Chief's voice actor. I don't know if he had a previous acting career or has a previous acting career. Wasn't it? Yeah, Rhodey. Rhodey. Thank you. Yes, that's the name. But it's easier for someone to go in that direction than the other direction. I mean, oh, I can smell Gloria's cooking. I can smell what The Rock is cooking right now. Because Gloria is my rock. Let's do this. And then we have to put the grass in the trees, which again is something I should have done first. I always don't do it first, and then I forget. And then I'm mad at myself because I make extra work for myself. Who pinged me? I have 6. Oh, of course, it's that. It's that. That's interesting. Elvis thinks baby got back. Oh, there I ruined it. Oh, no. Let's do this. We need to fill in the edge here with grass. Maybe I should have left it dirt. I'll leave it dirt. Never mind. I take back what I just did. There we go. This very subtle curve. I like that. Although it's not subtle because it's subtle because the spline points are too far apart. God damn it, I've done it again. Whatever, it's not getting moved, it's just the way it is now. Lafayette's under my desk. Pup, what are you doing? What is it that you're doing? Stars for the Iron Horseman, Ellis fill in the blank, and the shower from Smokey the Bandit. I gotta start thinking about my next big production, which is, definitely going to be, well, I mean, I need to rewrite the Housatonic still, but it's definitely going to be the Potlatcher. In my big silver screen debut as a writer director. Let's do that. You can write an essay about anything obscure, and it would be 24 long, scrutinizing everything and doing interviews with the janitor of the game company. What? You can find an essay. Dragon, I have no idea what you just wrote. I don't know what any of that means. I'm not sure if it's my fault or yours, but I am very lost. Okay, anyway, doesn't matter. Next film idea. Yeah, I mean, you gotta always have a creative pursuit, I feel like. I feel like you can never let things get too boring. Even if that creative pursuit doesn't necessarily involve you creating anything. Well, no, I take that back. Because I was gonna say, like, reading books. But then I could just file that under like watching TV and whatever. And it's, no, you want something that keeps you having to think, right? I feel like that's important in this life, to not lose your goddamn mind. Give me this. TJ was talking about doing like a WWF thing. Not like an Iron Horseman style, but like a production, like a documentarian style thing. And I would love to pick his brain about what he's... Oh, this is the wrong chunk of grass. I didn't even finish putting the shrubs in this one. I'm glad I realized that now, because I thought I was done last time. I was not done. The shrubs are the thing I always forget. I need to always remember to do the shrubs. I don't want no shrubs. Actually, I need shrubs. They really help fill out the patches of trees and make them look less like in a model and more like in real life. Oh, I'm sorry. I just kicked Lafayette a little bit. He's under my desk. It's his own fault, but I'm sorry. Newspaper Ancestry is another great place I found looking up past events. What, for, like, ideas? Oh, essays. Yeah. Back when journalism was, like, a big idea, big deal. I'm not saying that journalists aren't good, but journalism these days, there just isn't as much money in the field. They can't pay people as well. Honestly, I come back to it a lot, but the most important... or the most informative, well, there's your problem, has got to be the one on the death of print media. They don't go off the deep end too much. It's just a deep dive into why the news sucks these days. And it's a really good one. It really like shaped my understanding of why things have changed. I feel like in this day and age, too many people will settle for it sucks now because it sucks. You know, kids these days don't want to XYZ. That sort of thing. And they leave it off there, and they don't go the next level down, which is why. You know, they don't think about what are the reasons, what are the pressures, what are the causes. Because if you're just writing things off as whatever, it is just the way it is, then you're never going to figure anything out. And you might live a discontented life and never understand why. I know I'm not laying this out in a very coherent manner, but what I'm trying to say is, always go digging to further your understanding. Never leave something off on a surface level, unless you do not care about it. If there's something you feel passionate about, if there's something that is bugging you about the way the world is, at least try to get an understanding of it, because even if you don't find a way to solve it, even if you don't find a way to further the solve of it, you might gain an understanding of why it is the way it is, and come to terms with it a little bit. It sucks now because I have to work to not have it suck. Anyone knows, is there a reason on Google Maps there's a road trim, but in real life it's just a steep embankment and then a former railroad right-of-way? I don't know if is it accurate to the current day? Would I be interested about what? Hold on, what? I missed this. Oh, video on the Missouri Southern. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I don't know how I could contribute. I suppose I could do a little bit of proofreading, but I'm already sort of tied up proofreading some other things and trying to write my own stuff. I would be happy to do some voice acting or whatever. But Dean, this is sort of what I mean. Journalism as dying industry subsisting is what you mean, off of cheap clickbait and crappy quizzes about which Hogwarts house you belong to. I mean, that's a very memeful take, but it's because there's no money in it anymore. Because you can get all your news immediately all the time, and people just expect their news to come to them for free. There is no... newspapers used to be able to make money on both sides of the ball. That's the gist of this. They used to be able to make money from selling subscriptions, but also make money from selling ads. And now they can't do either, because people don't want their ads, They'll use an ad blocker. And people don't want to buy subscriptions. So they can't make money at all. The journalism is dying not because people don't want to do journalism anymore. Journalism is dying because people don't want to pay for it. And that's why it's like, so what are you going to do? If you can get enough people to pay for like a reputable source to like send out independent journalists and vet their articles and whatever, then you could do that hypothetically, sort of like voting, right? You get enough people to do a thing and you're going to change the world. But on the other hand, voting is free. You need to get a lot of people to vote with their wallet, and not in the easy way, not in the I'm not going to buy that way, but in the I am choosing to pay money for something that I could get for free sort of way. That doesn't usually happen. Insert Nebula ad here, or like ground news or whatever. You now need to put a lot more effort in on your side of the ball to get reputable, reliable news. And I'm not even saying unbiased news, because every source is going to be biased in one way, shape, or form, or in some way, shape, or form. But at least before you had, news that had the money to fact check itself instead of just churning something out. It isn't necessarily laziness. It's frugality. And it's frugality that's mandatory in the face of the way the current industry is. If more good news was made public, that's the other thing. Yeah, people don't get excited for good news as much. It's like the CGP Grey, this video will make you angry. It's just, it's about how shares, are the driving factor behind things, and wanting to see something. And people like getting riled up. Like, they don't like it in their core, but your brain seeks it. You may not like being miserable, but doom scrolling is a thing. And no one can deny that. I hate politics, they ruin you. Well, the issue is, you step away from politics and you lose control over so much of your life. I hate mudslinging. I hate getting invested. I'm not here to play party politics. I'm not here to, live my life, sort of under a certain umbrella of bias. But I feel like I can't divorce myself from who is voting in the interests of the things that I want. I don't need the chaff. I don't need the, oh, did you see what such and such said, or such and such did, or whatever? Like, yeah, corruption is something to pay attention to, surely. But, I feel like you can't totally step away unless you want no control over your, the world you live in, Adventures with Purpose, close myself completely from politics and I never felt so good. Yeah, I mean, ignoring all of the negative stuff that comes out of the political machine is definitely a load off, I agree. But you seem to have the mentality of, people still think that voting works. And the fact of the matter is, like I said, it works a lot better than not voting. And if you take that away, you must adopt this sort of nihilist mentality that the world will go on and do whatever it wants without you. And that's not a life that I want to lead. And I don't think it's a life that most people should lead, because you should be informed at the very least. I know people say you're either uninformed or misinformed, and some people would rather be one or the other. Some people would rather be uninformed than misinformed, and I understand that. But at the end of the day, I want all of my fellow citizens to be voting in their own best interests. And I would hope they're also voting in my best interests, at least what they see. And by divorcing yourself so completely, you miss the opportunity to have that agency for yourself and for the other people. To do that sort of work in together. What's up, baby? Dinner's ready. Okay. Thank you. Should have voted in the midterm, but I was lazy and never registered. See? Don't be lazy. You gotta. It takes a minute to register. And it should be easier than that. One of the biggest problems in this country is with the, you know, and I don't want to go on another political tangent, but if my soapbox is ever going to be anything, it's going to be everyone should be voting. Everyone should be able to vote. It should be easy to vote. It's tough to get informed enough. Yeah, no, and I totally agree. You end up having to vote for the lesser of two evils. You end up having a tougher time being informed because of the death of print media and all that entails. It's not easy to know what the right answer is. But it's better for you and for everyone to figure it out, or at least to try. Because some people will vote for different things. Sometimes it's about the letter next to their name, but it shouldn't always be, you know? Sometimes you're voting for someone because they are a part of a party, and because that party reflects your best interests. Sometimes, and I feel like it's more important to, vote for someone whose interests align with yours. You know? I don't think we should always be playing the party politics game, but I can't ignore the fact that sometimes you have to. Talk about the war and how it's affecting food. Talk about COVID. I haven't seen one. I mean, I've never seen a COVID. That's fair. Also, and that Dragon, that also seems like an issue with where you're taking in information. I mean, if you're not getting the news you want to get, you need to find a different news source. If you're not finding things which direct you at the people and the sources and whatever that are you feel are relevant to you, then you need to find someone who will. You know, those are things that you aren't interested about, and frankly, I don't. For some of them, you know, I get it. I don't see why you would be. I don't feel like we really need to, you know, I won't get into specific policies or talking points here, but you know. The Navy's thinking about bringing the Iowa class back into service. I don't believe that for a minute. I would like to see that from a reputable source. Because there ain't no way in hell. We aren't even doing anything militarily right now. You know, I will eat my hat, you know? Oh yeah, radio politics are the worst. Radio politics, I can totally understand why you're fed up with that. Because that's not, you can't curate that at all. The radio sucks. I love radio as just like a method of, like, I love it as a technology and what it stands for and freedom and etc. But man, radio politics are the worst. Yeah, no, there ain't no way that they're gonna bring the Iowas back. Or any battleships, or any battle wagons, really. They don't need them. Like, yeah, shore bombardment is great, but you can do that stuff with cruise missiles now. Cruise missiles and ballistic missiles, like, there ain't no way. There ain't no way. I will believe it when I see it. I'll be a skeptic about my own skepticism and say that, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Maybe they're talking about something that they need a large platform for, but no, I know cruise missiles are an entirely different role. I'm saying that you can do damage with machinery that isn't mounted to a large floating piece of metal. My mind went to cruise missiles, but there are There are ways to do this. And the other thing is, the world ain't about, the world ain't about doing mass destruction, unguided destruction anymore. Everything's pinpointed, everything's guided. The shells are smart now. It's impressive from a technological standpoint. And of course from like the historical, but I like big guns and things that go whir and buttons and switches and things. It's lame. I want Bert, but what we have is like a quiet whistle that drops directly onto the head of one dude in the middle of a crowd. Precision munitions are serious stuff, and that's why. If they can't get the guided munitions that they wanted for the zoom walls, they're never going to try to figure out guided munitions for a 16-inch gun. I still made my point that politics are made for fear. No, I don't think you're wrong, though. I don't think you're wrong at all that politics are made for fear. I think that too many news sources are about hype and nothing else. And that's what I mean. You're totally right to want to divorce yourself from that. Everyone is totally right to want to divorce themselves from that. You don't need a news source that all it does is make you angry. That's not news. That doesn't help you make a rational decision. News should help you make a rational decision. Yeah, the zoom wall's going bye-bye. I also will believe that when I see it. They're going to hang on to those things, I bet, for a while. Because they're just like... they were an incredible test bed. I feel like they're going to keep them around as, like, what sort of random pieces of technology can we stick on a thing to make it do a thing? But yeah, I don't see them in an active role ever, really. Not until they figure out how to make, like, giant lasers come out of them. I only watch naval news because it's interesting. Well, yeah. Ios can do well in carrier task forces. I don't even know if they're fast enough anymore. And honestly, I don't agree. The range of an Iowa class, like, not even service range, but, like, munitions range, right? It's nothing. It's nothing compared to everything else in that carrier battle group. You know what an Iowa's going to be doing? It's going to be sucking up fuel in a carrier task force. It's going to be slowing everyone down and sucking up fuel. No, if they're good for anything, it's bombardment. And maybe as a machine that carries a lot of missiles around, thank you very, very much.
I didn't know what you wanted on it, so I just put pickle and cheese.
Mayo would be great. Could I have the mayo, please? And could I have some ketchup also, please? Yeah, just the bottles. I always kept up with the... Yeah, I know they kept up with them then. I know that making a warship go fast is, like, exponentially harder, but...
Mayo's new, so you gotta open it.
Yeah. But you're telling me that our carriers now don't go faster than the Nimitz-class carriers? Or Nimitz-class carriers. They don't go faster than, like, the Essexes? Since when has a news channel ever tried to make someone rational? You know why fear works? Because paranoia spreads, and paranoia makes people angry. You're not watching the right news channels. You're not looking at the right news sources. You need to find what you want to hear. Not what you want to hear in that sense, but, like, find a methodology of delivering news that does not make you angry, that makes you informed. Yes,
John found a book on Amazon. You want to know what it's called?
Sure.
I'm in Love with Mothman.
That's accurate. Have you seen his... Never mind. What is that?
It's a book.
Yeah, I know it's a book.
So, 22-year-old Heather is suffering from an epic case of burnout.
Same.
Like other young influencers, she abandons her social platforms, gathers up her best flowery dress, and moves to a desolate cabin. Heather imagines spending her #unplugged days transpiring through the woods and tending...
Transpiring?
Yes.
You mean tripsing? Spell it, please.
Oh, I don't want to stupid.
Okay.
Um, tending to her garden.
Okay.
However, her cottagecore fantasy is turned upside down when a wounded cryptid crashes into her roof.
Oh my
and
god.
Her heart.
Oh my god.
With no help from her internet followers and her local monster hunting growing suspicions, Heather's quiet life in the wilderness has suddenly become a little more complicated. To make matters worse, she thinks she might be falling in love with the brooding winged man in her living room.
TJ said it. Mothman fanfiction.
Hashtag unplugged.
They're all the same speed. It's hard to make the Nimitz and yeah. No, I could believe that. But what's the top speed? What is an Iowa's class top speed? I'm looking this up.
Can I have the mayo?
Yes, you may have the mayo and the ketchup. I'm good with both. Yeah, their top speed is 35 knots. So they're slowing the battle group down. Iowas could attack beach forts. Yeah, if we're doing a beach invasion, if we're doing a beachhead, that's what purpose would they serve? They would not serve a purpose. Again, bombardment is the only thing they would be good for, and it's not... Okay, I need the to-do list, sorry. Bombardment is the only thing they would be good for, and it's not something that we need right now, or would need in the foreseeable future that can't be handled by other munitions. Also, nobody makes beach forts anyway. Not that need to be hit by a 16-inch shell. Yeah, but that wouldn't make them faster. Okay. Late night, early AM. Late night, early AM. Atlantic Loco Exchange. Continue programming Olive Branch. See, I want to do this, but it's... I'm not going to have time to do AI, so you guys are just going to have to bear with me eating and also playing. I'm sorry about that. We're an hour and a half in, and it's going to be whatever. You think we can attack places like Russia being the air? Yeah! Yeah, absolutely. I think air superiority is the key to every war going forward and has been since World War II. And that's, you know, that's what it's about. Alright, I'm going to turn off my webcam because I don't want you guys watching me chowing down. But I'm going to continue trying to work on this while I eat. Let me just make sure I switch back to root layer because, you know, whatever. Maybe we could just have an intermission. You know what? That's right. We'll have an intermission while I eat my food. Instead of me trying to eat and do this. So, I'll be back in, like, 15 minutes. I always have a lot more to bombard, given enough time. Yeah, but just make some frigates with missile tubes. Or subs. The subs are going to be better missile platforms than anything else on the surface. Than anything on the surface. There's just no room in a modern navy for a giant battle wagon. You know why? Because you get sunk by a cruise missile. Ask the Moskva. And I know Iowa's taken a cruise missile hit before, and the Moskva is a really bad example, but I digress. I would love to see an Iowa steaming around, but it's not going to happen. Alright, we're back. We are going to get back to work, too. So, don't get too excited in watching the train go. But I will show you where that 2% grade is. Oh, wow. We're on Bristol Curve. This section right here is like a 2% grade leading up the hill. Because it just weaves around. It's like 1 and change. Actually, hold on. Can I display map options, gradients? Yeah, see, it's 2%. It gets down to like 1.5, and then it goes into the tunnel and it starts going down. Because this section is actually fairly interesting. It's down until you get to the bridge. The bridge is obviously flat, and then it goes up, and then flat, and then down. So this is actually like a full summit. Wait, there's a lot going on now. This guy's moseying. What, he's going 22? No, he's going 40. Okay. Going 40. That's good. You'd like to see that. I saw 2 people on the main line that just passed one another. Skip is heading for Duke. Oh, that's the freight train. And we are heading straight for, yeah, Duke, which is one of the passenger trains. I think it's one of the local trains. Excuse me. But yeah, once we get back in, we have to, we have to put in that extra signal bridge that I talked about. And we should be heading right at the causeway now. Yeah, because that's it right there. And then this is like a dairy farm over here. That's one of the dairies. So we'll pass it on the bridge. Or it's going to come into render distance like in a minute. And let me turn off my gradient view on the map because that just gets out of hand very quickly. Where's this other train? There's supposed to be a meet. I asked for a meet. I was promised a meet. There it is. Nope, that was a tree. It's not a train, that is a tree. I don't want to check the map because I know I'll miss it. Well, how am I going to miss it? How long is it going to take me to check the map? I want the meet, and then we'll go back to work. There it is. We have the meet. Going 39 because he's running under yellows. That sucks. Alright, anyway, that was the AI fun time. Hope you guys enjoyed. And now we're back to work for another hour or so. Unless I just, maybe... Should we just go and play Railroute? Do we want to do that instead? I'm kidding. As long as we all get the spicy topics out of our systems. I forgot to get more water, though. We'll go back to that. Maybe I should fill out the jury duty summons in front of everybody. Also, we got coupons for fireworks, because of course we did. Because it's that time of year. Alright, we need to put another signal bridge in. Although, I want to space them out better. So, for everything else I was doing them, I think, once every 3 tiles or so, or 3 to 4 miles. These are pretty close. I mean, this is half a mile. Yeah, so it was like a mile and a half. It's 3 to 4 tiles. So we're talking here, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll put one right here at the end of the curve. Set this back to root layer. there are a certain amount of fireworks stores in Pennsylvania and everywhere that isn't, especially if you border a state that doesn't allow fireworks. Oh my God, so many fireworks stores. I mean, I remember having neighbors that would be like, "Oh yeah, going to New Hampshire to get the good stuff." Are these the right signal bridges? Hold on. Now I'm not sure. Yeah, they are. No, they yeah. Well, no. JRPR Signal Bridge 1. No, they're not. It's just PRR Signal Bridge. Ah. Fireworks, no smoking. Yeah. Now arriving at Boylston. No smoking, please. Stand clear of the closing doors. Definitely never done that. Yeah, no, I mean, everybody has. It's like I mean, before fireworks were illegal at all, I feel like it was a rite of passage for Rhode Islanders. But now people sometimes make do with, like, the crappy fireworks. Sometimes they go out of state and get the expensive stuff. I just don't bother anymore. I mean, anymore. I never really spent much on fireworks in the first place, but I had a neighbor who would do these crazy fireworks displays. And he was like my best friend, because he would give me all of the spare, like the leftovers. He would let me rummage through his big box of fireworks after a 4th of July. And just take whatever I wanted. Anything that he didn't use that year, I could just take whatever I wanted. And that's how I ended up with a big box of fireworks that I would just keep in my car, by the way, which was definitely safe. But speaking of which, people are already lighting off fireworks. I just heard one in the distance. Sounded like a mortar. Yeah, I mean, there are people that definitely have adverse reactions to fireworks. There are definitely animals that have adverse reactions to fireworks. I had a pretty scared dog growing up. Although I had one that was scared and the other one that just didn't give a goddamn. Like, he did not care. Because we used to take him with us when we went to light off fireworks, and he would sit in the back of the truck, and he would just, like, hang out with us. And I assume he was terrified at the beginning, but then just sort of gave up, because, he sort of knew what he was in for. We'll put a signal bridge, here? And then on the other side of this. Oh, and the other thing is, I need to go grab the little electrical box that we were using. Did I put it over here? Did I remember? That's not it. Wait, where's the signal bridge? Oh, it's over here. There it is. Little Russian signal box. Reason the youth uses fireworks these days is to scare me and makes me crawl into the sheets where the monsters can't get me. The Utes. Just want to blow up crap. Yeah, well, there's Dean with the tannerite. Which he should be legally forbidden from having. Because he's Dean, not for any other reason. Alright, I have to raise this up to the right height. And these guys on the embankments I've been going to about here. And I think that's flat, although I haven't been checking. I can make sure it's flat. Yeah, okay, we got it right. CIW has to shoot down fireworks. There you go, now we're talking. That's what Rhode Island police needs. The CIWS. Let's do this. Spin these guys the right way around. Oh wait, no, those are fine. These guys are the wrong ones. There, 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 there. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's close enough. I'm just trying to embed them in the railing. The reason I need this is because the slightest little issue is causing trains to get confused. And when they got confused, they would take up this whole stretch of track. And this is like, I mean, I don't know how long this is, but it's got to be like at least 7 or 8 miles of track. Maybe longer. And we are barely most of the way to Bellington. Which is a scary thought, because it means we've got so much more distance to go. So much more distance to cover. Come on. The fact that these snap to arbitrary points drives me nuts. Yeah, think of the systems you could sell. Think of how much money you could make selling CIWS systems to people who made fireworks. I wonder if they would work on something that small. Although, the other thing, I think of CIWS systems, and I think of the thing shooting down the pegs in Battleship, which was a CIWS system, but you know what I mean. You know, that's what it makes me think of. We're gonna do rectangular fields here, so we'll use this. Oh right, I was going like row by row. Oh, and we need to fill in these fields. Oops. Damn, what was I even doing last time? I feel like I was not paying attention to the things I had to do. Let's see. Let's put this in the corner. Thank God the brush tool does not add the, does not automatically create tiles. Otherwise, man, I'd be annoyed. Man. What area am I planning on building after Bellington? Okay. Hi, Jebediah. I know I saw you pop in earlier, didn't really get to say anything about what you'd missed. But I'm glad someone's asking questions about the route. I'm glad to not have spicy topics for now. But that's actually kind of a good question. Now, because I was just in West Virginia, I want to build mountains. You know, country roads take me home. But I don't think continuing the VMR or the GMRY is the way to go. So I don't think I should be extending the 3-foot. I don't think I should be extending out the Volga Mountains yet. Those two need to get work done. But, you know, right now we've got a couple of ends, you know. We've got this one. We've got these two, which are the narrow gauge ends. Then we've got one going out this way, one going out this way, which is the continuation of the main line, and this one is the Mansfield Branch Railway. We've also got the Gilson Eastern Mountain Division, which is this way, which I kind of forgot about that. I'm going to need to pull up the map to look at it, because I hadn't thought about how it's going to tie in, and we need to do that. Alright, let's see. Hold on. Maps, Tolbrand superimposed.png. So I'll share my screen so you can see what I'm looking at. So we've got, this is the area that we have done. I mean, this area is all textured now and looks nice, which is great. I'm very happy about that. We have the two narrow gauge stub ends here. We have the standard gauge of the Volga Mountains that goes out this way. This is a candidate. I'm thinking about doing this next. And I know I just said I wouldn't, but I'm thinking about it. I'll be honest. Then we have 1, 2, 3 ways out of this. I think that my next few moves, if I'm honest, are Doe Cliff to here, and then this whole piece at once. And possibly even doing this whole piece at once, but I want to do Doe Cliff to here first. TJ found his route with Appleton on it, so I might ask for a CDP of that, and then just snag that, drop it in, and make edits, because that was always my plan for this spot. I talked about it with him back when he made that route. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to do this right yet. This is like fun project sidebar. I don't think it makes sense to do more of the same because I will kill myself. But if we do this and then this, you know, again, maybe sort of as one big piece, or maybe as two, where we do this and then this, so that we're sort of alternating mountainous and plains. And then we do this, and then we do this. And then we're sort of inching in this direction, then we'll probably stop over here for a while. Because I don't know what I'm going to do down here necessarily yet. It's going to be a big deal. But this is probably going to take us the next few years, so we've got plenty of time. The purple line is the Mansfield Branch Railroad. It is a sort of like a class 3 or a class 2 that bought up a bunch of railroad that used to belong to the Gilson Eastern and was part of the original main line of the Jefferson and Gilson Railway, which was the predecessor to the Gilson Eastern. It is a Granger, and that's why in the Tolbrin Peninsula channel on the Discord, we've been talking about grain stuff a lot, because all of the grain on the map and all of the soybeans and corn and yada yada, that's all got to go through Bellington, or going to be going through Bellington. So in my opinion, with the tallest peaks, will you be needing multiple tiles to make them for all visible sides? That's a really interesting question. I don't want to make tiles where I don't have to, but if there is a location where I, at my current render distance, which is kind of short, can see the backside of a mountain, like the backside of a tile that I'm not supposed to see, then I'm probably going to add a tile there. Again, it's not something that I really want to do, because it's extra work and it's just terrain where no one's ever going to go looking. But if I can see it, like, from here, I can't see the backside of any mountains. And I'm talking about from the track, I guess. Can't see the backside of any mountains. Where is it that I have done this? I've done this over here. Because this, I used to be able to see the backside of these tiles, like these two, because I didn't need this tile or this tile or this tile, and I decided to put these, I decided to fill these in so that I would never have to see the backside of tiles. That's probably going to happen over here a little bit, depending on how quickly this valley closes in, and yeah, thankfully, yeah, see, I can see that, so I'm going to have to hide that with some hills, or I'm going to have to fill this in. I don't want to see the backside of tiles. I don't want to see the edges. I know in previous maps I have underscored how it is a sin to me to be able to see the see the edge of the map, right? Some of you probably remember me underscoring that a lot, and that's how I moved to the one tile standard, which is, or sorry, maybe the full tile standard you might call it, which is all of the tiles that are on the edge they have to be devoid of tracks. The tracks have to be more than one full tile from the edge. Which is why we have stuff like this tile. Because there are tracks in this tile. It's why we have things like, where's another one, another edge case? This tile right here, because we have tracks in this tile here. It's why we don't have a tile here, because the tracks miss this intersection by that much. And then the tiles over here are because I'm hiding the back. Excuse me. In the valley could be an old mining infrastructure that's not connected to anything, as if the site closed years ago. I probably will be doing things like that. I mean, the big valley so far is pretty much done. I just need to finish this. But, yeah, another little colliery that closed down a long time ago is far from out of the question. In fact, I think it would be very on brand. Even if we use the same, like, stuff. But there are definitely some abandoned coal mine things that we can put down. I've talked at length before about how I love abandoned industries, but I don't want to put them on a route very much, because they're just industries that you could have. You know, if you make all your effort into making abandoned industries, why not just use that effort to making industries that work? You know? I know that in the Discord, Ryan Loebner has been doing an excellent job of pulling together like an iPortaling group, of which I have not been able to be a part of yet, but I've been making a version of this route to be compatible with that. I made a spreadsheet for it and everything. And, like, I'm super excited about that, but I had to give a quick, like, rundown on, hey, this is how I do my multiple industries. You know, we want to have commodities that are shared with one another, etc., etc. But yeah, I was giving a brief, like, TED talk, like, yeah, this is what we're going to do. This is how this is how I set up multiple industries. Whatever. Diesel Brothers moved a couple of caboose. Union Pacific variety. I saw a couple of caboose in the West Virginia hills, just sort of vibing as, I guess they were cabins or something? Babe, do you remember? Oh wait, no, Gloria's got their headphones on. I'm not going to be able to talk to them about anything. I'm not going to go. Do you remember what the cabooses in, like, off the side of the road that led to the cabin? Do you remember what that was for?
It was a part of the whitewater rafting.
Oh, it was part of the whitewater rafting place, but I wonder what they were using them for. I wonder if you could rent them out or something.
I don't know. It'd be cool if you could.
You can do that somewhere.
Can't you do that in cabs too?
I think they said something about that. I'm not sure you could stay in them, though. I can't remember where it was that you could stay in them. I mean, there's always the Red Caboose Motel at Strasbourg, but I don't know about that place. Matt says he was curious about them all week. You can rent them and use them as the rafts? Excuse me?
What?
Yeah, the FAFSA. I sympathize with you. I sympathize with you, Mopac. I remember having to do that crap. Yeah. FAFSA. Oh, I said FAFSA, didn't I? Whatever. It's crap. What the heck is that? Oh, right, that's the military proficiency test, right? ASVAB.
Yeah, I passed by 1 point.
Nice. I took the GOAT test in Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what it's called, right? What's the person? Is it the GOAT aptitude test, so that you get your job or whatever? Anyway. Take a practice ASVAB, says Orion. I kind of wish... Oh, you know, I saw a photo of, and this is back on Tolbrin stuff. I saw a photo of PRR GG1s lined up for Trains of the Army Navy game, and it just reminded me, like, yeah, I gotta make that, I gotta make that, I gotta make that. I gotta set that up. I don't know what branch what branch Gloria was signing up for. Oh, it was National Guard. It was National Guard. Never mind. They mentioned that the other day. Let's clear this out because it's not in the right place. Actually, that is so well done. Let's just move the road. Grab this. Go Army. Oh, and on my drone, I went and sat in a semi-abandoned Reading caboose while on a noise break from somebody's wedding. Matt works at a wedding place. Doesn't the Army have a railroad? Oops. Oh, shoot. Wait, a railroad MOS? Yeah, I guess so. I think so. This is like Zen tedium. I know I talk about that a lot, but oh. A certain somebody's wedding. Okay, I was like, is there a caboose vibing? But no, it's that one. Yeah, that one. That Reading caboose. Tell you what, it was hot in that dance floor room. It was hot in that community center. I went and sat on the stairs after I, like, almost died. And then I gave somebody directions to Cass, which was where we were. She was like, I've been here years before, I just don't remember where the railroad is. And I was like, turn around and go up that road. Like, where you came in, take a right instead of a left. Yeah, but Matt, you were killing on the dance floor. The CBs are great. Aren't they like Rhode Island's branch? They invented the Quonset hut. All that. Hot and stinky. Yeah. Well, it's because of the DJ. Or I was boogieing. You sure were, Matt. We're all very proud of you. And your boogie fever. Matt felt ill, he had the boogie fever. I should have bought his hat. Like, off of him? You'd never get the smell out of that hat. Alright. Yeah, Navy contractors with machine guns, but Quonset huts. Anyway, vote for the Quonset camera for Camera of the Week on Virtual Railfan. I tried to tell you to bid on it. Oh, man. I'm so glad the people that made it to the wedding, and I feel bad for all the folks that didn't, and I wish we could have had more of a catastrophe going on. If I had a 20, I would have. That'd be the worst souvenir. Alright, let's continue the Zen. The thing that I'm worried about with doing this is can I keep track of what I've done and what I haven't done? I think everything over here I've done. More or less. I've done well enough, right? I could have made this trees or something. Like, extended this field and made this trees. Whatever, it's fine the way it is. Some of these just have larger dirt patches than others, I guess. Alright. Yeah, this is the problem. There's so much to do in this area that I need to keep passing over it again and again. I don't have like a checklist for every grid square, so I'm afraid there's going to be things I will miss, and that's why I have my to-do list to sort of, when I, you know, when I find something that I go, oh, I didn't put the shrubs there, oh, I didn't do the texture here, or I didn't move the road over or something, you know, I'm trying to get an area to like 80% by the time I get done with it, or, you know, maybe like 90%. You know, I want it to feel done, but 80% perfect, you know, and then maybe over the course of the next however long that I pass through it, I find the the bits that I'm missing and get it up to like 90-95%. Do pilots do spreadsheets though? You're planning on upgrading the route to HD textures when it comes out? Nope. No. Probably not. I mean, maybe on some of the new areas, but there's no way I'm going back to anything. Like, all the new stuff I'm super happy about and jazzed about. Like, I will probably make use of it, just like I've made use of the ground scatter thing. The what is it called? The, you know, this. The effect layers, that. I will probably make use of it, but I'm not going to go back to anything that I've already finished. Yeah, turf effects, thank you. I was never going to get that name. It was never going to come to me. I could not think of it at all. I was like, I know it has a fancy name. I don't know what the name is, but it's a thing. You keep starting from scratch as if it's you keep adding layouts and displays to the already existing layout. Yeah, no, that's kind of where I'm at. The thing that holds the whole route together as a single cohesive piece is the AI. Because, like, I'd like to think that I was a decent route builder when I started working on this, but there is so much that I've learned about not just the route building procedure of, like, how to make it look good, but just the back end of how to plan and think ahead as to what you're going to need in a yard and what you're going to need in an area. You know, how to deal with the copious amount of variables that you are going to have to make a route work to begin with. So we upgrade the route to the new terrain and texture model, or it will just be like a new section and the old converted section? Will you refrain from upgrading as to not have the new old sections? Personally, I don't know. I think I probably will upgrade, but I won't go back and change anything. Like, I don't... It depends what immediate effects upgrading has on the existing parts of the route, you know? If it F's with everything and I've got to go back and do adjustments anyway, I mean, yeah, I guess the route might be big, but it's not insurmountably big to go back and, like, fiddle with things. But if it, you know, if it makes it too much, if it's too much work to make the changeover, I just won't do it. If it's, you know, a minimal amount of work, like a medium amount of work to go back and like tweak some really specific areas and that's it, and, you know, otherwise it'll just flip over without a problem, then yeah, I might upgrade. And if it doesn't affect previous areas, like they'll look the same, yeah, I'll absolutely upgrade. I'll take the new features, you know. There ain't nothing wrong with that to me. I'm not trying to be like a purist here. I'm not hanging on to the old methods because I like them. Or, you know, because I think that they're the way you gotta build routes. Those kids that build in Surveyor 2.0, you know, they don't know how to lay track. Uh, no. For real, I like the new features. I will continue using the old ones as long as I know them better. But, damn, you can do some crazy cool stuff with Surveyor 2.0. So, any progress on the East Terminal Railway, or do they finally bite the dust? Uh, hmm? I don't actually know. Um, I don't even know what. I don't even know if I know what you mean. Um, but yeah, we'll make it into the master video. Yeah, Ella's the Trainz Puritan, right? Um, yeah, I don't want to be, you know. I have a lot of ideas about what's the right way to build a route, but there is no right way to build a route. There's a right way to build a route if you're looking for if you have a certain goal in mind. You know, if you're trying to build a route that's big and realistic, then there are certain, you know, benchmarks that I feel like you should be able to hit. If you want to build a route that's AI friendly, there are certain benchmarks I feel you should be able to hit. You know, naming your switch stands and signals and putting track marks and things and, you know, that sort of stuff. But there is no perfect Trainz route, and there is no wrong way to build a Trainz route. So, you know. The only things that changed is you have to use new water and you can only edit terrain and textures with Surveyor 2. Ah, okay, so that's interesting because I don't know the first thing about editing terrain in Surveyor 2. Um, so I might end up not upgrading just on account of that. I mean, is it like out for everyone yet? Because I haven't seen anyone messing with it. But then again, I've been on vacation. So, um, there we go. Touch that in. Uh, but did I ever decide on what was going to be in Bellington? Okay, so I can't remember which one of the two is the more industrial one. I guess South Bellington is the more industrial one. And then Bellington proper is, yeah, grain elevators and things. I haven't fully decided on what needs to go there because I haven't thought all about what are the major industries that I'm going to be using. I know at least based on what we have on the route already, we're going to need an elevator for the crops that, you know, we sort of already have. You should make a reference to Lima, Ohio. Lima has 2 or 3 diamonds, including the abandoned sections of the old Lima locomotive works. We will have some semi-abandoned diamonds in Bellington, at least. Um, and I don't know where I'm going to put a locomotive works. There might be something in Gilson City or nearby. Um, but I haven't settled on that yet, and I don't want to make a commitment as to where I'm going to put it. So, hold the phone on that one slightly, and we'll get around to it. Don't you worry. Let's see. Grab this. Hi, baby. You have some news?
Well,
Good news. I like good news.
on Saturday, we don't have to go get Gianna and Sunset.
Okay, why?
Because Zoe is going to take Dylan and Gianna out for like a birthday thing.
Okay.
Because they didn't get them presents. So whenever Zoe doesn't get them presents, she takes them out for like a fun day.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna take Gianna and Dylan to Dave and Buster's.
Nice.
And then they're gonna do a movie night, like movie, but it doesn't get dark till later.
Yeah.
Doing the projector in the backyard.
Okay.
And so they're gonna save the movie, and then Zoe is gonna come drop off Gianna and something here.
Okay.
So we don't have to worry about leaving on Saturday to go get them.
Okay. That's good. I appreciate that.
So
Tell Zoe I said thank you. Alright, well that's one less thing I have to worry about on Saturday. Maybe I'll actually have time to do a Sunday driving. Yes! Alright. There's too much music. Dean's always recording when there's music. Yep, a Beatles song. Makes sense. I mean, there always is music, that's the problem. We're always listening to something. Morgan to Morgan, are we there yet? I recently figured out the car works for the New Haven was right next to Union Station in Worcester. Oh, I didn't know that either. What if you put a locomotive works in the middle of nowhere? Why would you put a locomotive works in the middle of nowhere? That's the problem. I think if I'm going to put a locomotive works in, it's going to be either in the largest cities we have, or the city with the steel works. Like, Zion Steelworks could be a great place for a locomotive works. Also, built by Zion is a cool slogan. Or like a cool thing to put on the side of a locomotive. Yes, we know, Dean. That's why we were doing it. Alright, this. Morgan Mini Golf. If it's small like a railroad museum, I mean, we were talking about doing a museum of some kind. God damn it, Matt. I'll allow this. Alright, since the ZNS is kind of, maybe they can home build a lot of their locomotive and their shop's gonna be in Zion. That's a great idea. Let me write that down. Where's my ideas? Zion. Steel milling. Shoreline to the southwest has iron ore and coal docks. Where's Zion and Skyline? Zion and Skyline. Home building locomotives in Zion. CNS main shops and erecting hall. Thank you for the idea. That was a good idea. Damn, I love when people have good ideas. But yeah, Zion and Skyline being like the N&W home building engine sounds, it's so on brand, it's perfect. Let me fill this in. There we go. You can only edit the new terrain and textures with Surveyor 2. Oh, okay. The new terrain. So like the super advanced terrain. I assume you've messed with it. I don't know anything about it. We needed to like, yeah, no, I'm not going to elaborate on that, Matt. I have funny ideas, but oh shoot, wrong texture. Maybe the next town has the ability to transload hazardous chems from rail on a truck as an industry. I don't know about the next town. Maybe, I don't know what chemicals would be worked in Bellington. Bellington is going to be a lot of Again, Bellington's going to be a little bit of milling. We're talking like textiles. We're talking, uh, yeah, we're talking textiles. We're talking some food probably, like food factories, that sort of thing, food processing plants. Um, and then grain elevators. Oh, excuse me. Now I have the hiccups. All right. Hopefully that abates the hiccups. There we go. I'm getting sloppier the further I get from the tracks. Also, I'm just tired of doing it. I'll have to get back to it in a couple weeks. Next week, hopefully, I'll be able to start the show earlier and we'll do AI stuff. Excuse me. I mean, Ellis and Glorious and I want to say Simon were all in my Jeep. Yeah, no, that was fun. Specialized passenger car cleaning facility. I mean, yeah, that probably belongs in Gilson City. Was that a thing? I don't know about like car cleaning facilities. I don't know the first thing about them. I don't even know if they exist. How early? I don't know. Just whenever I feel like hitting start. And it might not even all be live streamed. It probably won't. The stream will probably start at the same time as usual, but it'll be like, oh, we're an hour into the AI ishness. A big brush as the train rolls through. That's like a big car wash. TJ, are you being serious or are you trying to pull some of these leg? I never know. We'll consider that area done. Alright. The essential yes sells me on you being serious. I need to take my car through a car. The back of my car is still just covered in dirt from the drive. From the part of the trip where we drove down to the water side and I drove down terrible dirty roads and then everybody drew things on my tailgate. And we played Uno. That was a fun day. That was a fun, like, understated day. I mean, that was the day where we did the that was the day where we did the bridge walk and the day where I called AAA for Mason. Oh yeah, that's an important part of the trip that I feel like is sort of understated, the fact that I had to call AAA, but not for my car. Yeah, there are a couple things still visible in my car, or on the back of my car. The Kilroy, the GME, the Cool S is barely visible. Yeah, I had to call AAA and it wasn't for me. It's a great moment for me. Oh, and that was probably the best game of Cards Against Humanity I've ever played. That was so much fun. And I also got to play Muffin Time with the people of the bachelor party. That was also fun. I got two of them to buy the game immediately. Imagine if I'd played Locomotive Versus with them. Would have sold all the trading cards at once. Buy trading cards, by the way. Links in the description. They're on sale. Alright, let me continue filling this in here. Yes, yes, one of those S's. Yes. You know exactly what I'm talking about. When I say the cool S, the picture that comes to your mind, you know what it is. You know. It's not a super S. No, that's the thing on Superman's chest. It's the cool S. The Game of Cards Against Humanity was the first night that Kaylee was with the group. I really hope it sets a hell of a precedent. Yeah. I definitely hope we see more of Kaylee on trips because she was really funny. She was a good addition to the gang. Tired and a little sick of each other. Yeah, I know, TJ, I'm so sorry that you missed so much of it, man. We were definitely tired by the time you guys came around. And there just wasn't enough, like, there wasn't enough free time after you got there for us to sort of recoup and then enjoy ourselves. It was just like, alright, we made it to Cass. Okay, alright, sleep. Alright, well, ride the train. Okay, ooh, okay, did that. Alright, wedding time. Gotta do the wedding. It was just like zombie mode at that point. It is a real shame, but at least I'm glad you were there for what you were there for, and I'm glad you were there for the wedding. I'm glad we got you in the group picture. Alright. I dare you to make that a stream chat emote. Nah. I don't use this enough. This isn't my livelihood. Somebody was like, oh, you have super chat set up in your channel, right? And I was like, no. No? Why would I bother? I don't want to... I monetize the videos with ads. It gives me like 5 cents every once in a while. I don't need you guys forking your money at me. It's not like the chat goes fast enough that I'm going to miss something. And I watched someone give Heist like $100, probably more, during the course of the Railway Empire 2 stream, and I was just like, good God. You know? It was impressive, because, I mean, the man was pulling into bucks, but, like, man, that person who was just shoveling money at him, I don't get it. I mean, I get it, I guess, but I don't, it's like, I'm so done with parasocial relationships. That's why I want every single person in this, like where you put in money and your name comes in special and you know, like it shows up special for me. Like, what the hell was I saying? Something about super chats. That's why I want all of you to be like in the Discord so I can have conversations with you. I don't want parasocial relationships. I hate that. I have enough of that in my life. I want to like be friends with people. What's up, baby?
Not even 2 days home, and I already find this on the floor.
What do you mean not even 2 days home? They've been all over the house ever since we got back.
Yeah, but after me cleaning.
I mean, there's one right there. On top of the penis eater. They're still everywhere. You did a good job, but even if you cut down like 90% of the Venkman hair tufts that were left, there have got to be like dozens, if not hundreds.
Yeah.
This house was caked. It was caked in cat hair when we got home. Hi. Hi. Well, Jenna was upstairs.
Well, they were down here. Well, they waited for us to go home.
Yeah, but they weren't here for that long. They were here for a couple hours. They're okay. Now, if my mom came by, on the other hand... Rip.
How allergic is she?
Allergic enough to complain about it constantly.
Good thing you're not allergic to cats.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not allergic to cats, because I like cats. Caked worse than Mothman, says Matt. It's incomparable. It's incomparable. I can't compare the two. Okay, I'm gonna go and throw stuff in the laundry when I'm done here. I'm actually probably gonna wrap it up early because I'm getting tired of this and my eyelids are getting heavy. I haven't quite slept right since we got home. Oh, damn it, I was gonna ask you to do that. This is what happens. Gloria and I are always in this unspoken, like, whoever asks the other person to do the thing first, then ends up having to do it.
I mean, I made it.
You did make it, and I appreciate you. I shopped for it. Yeah, I'll put it in a Tupperware.
Don't throw away the fries. Please put away the fries.
But there are like 5 fries left.
You can either eat them.
I'm not gonna eat them. They're gonna be soggy and sad when you reheat them.
Fine, throw them away.
Why, were you gonna eat them? Apparently there is more than 5 fries. Before you end the stream, how about we visit some trolley-adjacent culinary establishments? Good night, Mew. Good night, everyone. We're not going to the place. We're not going to the place. So we're ending here at this bridge.
We're going to Biscuit World.
We're going to Biscuit World!
We're going to Biscuit World. Woo!
Have I looked at the JR Multi-Industry?
It's like Disney World.
What do you mean JR Multi-Industry? There's a different multi-industry? I use the regular multi-industry. The one that's in, like, Romanian or something.
He's trying to get to me and he realizes he can go around.
Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. This is the Admiral, signing off.